Hello and good morning, everyone. OnlyPositivity here. I have my coffee with me, ready to explore this new phase of life with you all. So over the past few years, I have gained a whole new perspective on life, and I've realized that life is too short to not be enjoying yourself while doing great things. So come along with me as I explore this new lens through fitness, photography, reading, traveling, cannabis, and much more. Looking forward to the journey, guys. And remember, only positivity.
And we are live. What's good, my dude?
What up?
How you doing, bro?
Doing well, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming over tonight, dude.
I appreciate it, man. Always a good time.
Yeah,
hanging out
man.
with you and Lissa, so.
Yeah, dude. It's been really cool, like hanging out with you and Shireen over the past few years, man. I feel like we just been kind of hitting it off, homie. What do you think, dude?
Dude, no, 100%, man. I first met you when you and Alyssa were first dating, and now married, and hanging out with you guys is always a great experience, bro.
Yeah, dude. When did we meet the first time?
First time I met you, I think, was Alyssa's birthday many years ago.
Fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think about it. Was it out?
I think it was out. No, for sure.
Damn.
And you just cracked me up. Like, you made me laugh
Right away.
right when I met you. And I was like, dude, this guy's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to think about like the trajectory because, like, right now we're tight, bro. I'm just trying to figure out like, so like we did the birthday. I'm sure we went to a bunch of weddings together too, man.
Bunch of weddings. There's always one other person that's always on the dance floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Either you or me, so it's kind of.
Yeah, dude. I remember at your wedding, dude. I think like it must have been you or me me and Shireen were like the last people on the dance floor before the shit just were like, yo, you guys got to go, dude.
Dude, you had us two. You had like Coach Vito Beats.
Dude,
and it's a game. It's game over. The dance floor is going. Like, it's always a good time.
Dude, man, if like everyone's in sync, dude, like no one's trying to go like over, no one's trying to steal the show, then it's really fun, right? Everyone just bringing good energy and like just letting the night do its thing, you know?
Yeah, you always have like one person that does it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then once everyone sees that guy flop, then they're kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore.
For
and,
sure.
Yeah, no,
100%, man. 100%, dude. What'd you think about your 30th, man?
Dude, so blessed, and it was awesome.
Sick,
it was amazing.
Right?
Yeah, we definitely got after it as a group. First off, getting so many people to fly out to Portland was a cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, amazing time. Still recovering, and it's been a couple of days, but doing well. What'd you think? How'd you like the weekend?
Dude, I was pleasantly surprised, like I was like, so, like when you travel places, you realize that Chicago has like an extreme winter. It's not like other places. Like we think it's normal, but it's really not, you know?
For sure.
So like when I was in Europe, like they had the weather was a little bit better than Portland, but it was like that same temperature. It was like 40, 45, 50-ish, So it's easy to be outside when it's that, right? It's actually okay because it's not too hot, right? You can put on a light jacket, you're good to go. Obviously it was raining a little bit in Portland, man, but like that's tolerable, dude.
I'd take rain any day over like wind and snow and all of that stuff. Like without a doubt,
yeah. And if you have like it compensates because it has really good like scenery, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll brave. Like twist my arm, 40-degree weather, a little rain for some mountains,
The fact we did a hike, or you can call it a hike, but it was more in the car. More seeing waterfalls, all that stuff, but doing that and just all different types of activities. I think it was kind of cool. We got after it as a group. I think everyone vibed, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I think Portland very underrated.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing. All of that stuff. The food scene is. I had every meal was amazing.
Yeah,
it was incredible, and I think overall. Definitely an underrated city.
Yeah, and like that, all that stuff aside, which was really awesome, man. Like you said, everyone was on their best. You know what I mean? Everyone brought their A game, dude, which I thought was, it speaks to your friend group, right? Like you got a good squad. Everyone's showing up for you with good energy. I also really like when I get to link up with Alex Uman.
Oh, Alex.
Like he's so funny to me, man. Like, because he's good friends with Jimmy and Jerry.
For sure.
So like I knew him a lot in college and stuff like that. And we like I've known him since I was like 19 or something now, right? Yeah. So it's been a long time. We're not super close friends, but I love to fuck with him, dude.
Alex is like a guaranteed good time. He's a great guy, just super funny. Dude, I love that guy. That was secretly I also love Portland because Alex moved there. He pioneered. Get out of Chicago, move to Seattle, then move to Portland. But yeah, dude, he's a guaranteed good time.
Good time, man. He's a funny guy. He doesn't get like super offended, about my things. He just like goes with the flow, laughs at shit,
Dude.
There's one funny story, man, where like we went to go visit him, like me, Jimmy, and Jerry. Actually, me, Jerry. No, just me and Jimmy actually went to go visit him, and he was living in Seattle, right? And so it was fun. We did our thing all weekend, right? And he was driving us home, and I mean back to the airport, right? So there's this fork in the road, right?
Yeah.
The left will take you like the complete opposite of the airport. Right will take you to the airport, is what I found out. And I'm looking at Alex, I'm riding shotgun, and his phone is like spinning. Like he doesn't know where he's going. Like the GPS is loading, so he doesn't know. And he just goes like this. He shrugs, he goes, and just goes right.
Just figure it out.
We were like, we got on our flight by 10 minutes, dude. So I was like, Alex, you fucking live here and you don't know where the airport is, motherfucker?
It's crazy. So Alex is known for just doing that where you put you in panic, but then he always delivers. Dude, that's why you always need a friend like that.
Mega chill, dude. Mega chill. It was so funny. No. Anyway, it was cool to see Alex on that trip, man. I like seeing him because I don't really like, like we don't really like reach out to hang out with each other, right?
For sure.
Like he'll hit me up when he's in town, and I'll hit him up if like I happen to be around. So we do like give each other that courtesy, right?
For sure.
But it never works out. Like when they came for like I think was it their baby shower?
Yeah,
like
last time he was here, baby shower. Yeah,
we were somewhere. Like we went somewhere, right? And the time before that, it was like they were in town for something. Like we were somewhere else. It's like just never links up. So when we do like when these happenstance like kind of circumstances happen, I love it, especially with his goofy ass.
I was so happy that it was an opportunity for us to be able to see the Micah's chillest baby ever. I was
big fatty dude, super cute.
He's an athlete for sure.
There you go.
But overall, I think it was a great time seeing him. Alex, the whole crew. It was just amazing to see how everyone meshed together.
It's nice, man. Like, and then like they have a kid now, bro, and it's interesting to see like they have a really like wholesome dynamic. Like Alex was at everything, right? He was there, just present, fucking around, goofing off, and like he's got a kid, man. It was cool. It's like I always feel like people who like for example, like Sunnen too. Yeah. Like I always feel like people who are a little bit older than us who have kids and stuff like that, like make me feel a little bit better about like family life,
So when it comes to like Sen and Simi or even Alex and Christina and she's seeing all of them, it makes when you hear about having kids, it's super scary. Right. It's like, dude, your lifestyle of wanting to go out, wanting to do stuff, activities, it takes a hit, but they show us it doesn't have to, right?
Yeah.
You kind of figure it out. You make it work. Like you said, Alex was present for everything and showed up and he was all in.
Just goes to show, man. Like if you want to do it, you can make it happen no matter what, right? Like, so that's a big one, man. And yeah, dude, I actually really liked, the food scene in Portland.
Amazing.
Everything was good, man.
Super underrated. I mean, the restaurants we hit kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
We tried all different types of cuisines and they were good. Like nothing was really bad.
Yeah. And like that, that's a good point. Cause like things were good, but they were also unique, right? Remember that, like, what was that salad we got the first night? It was kind of a crazy move to do that, like a weird move, but like it was still good.
I felt great. And, but the salad was amazing. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'll confess though, I did get chicken tenders as well as the salad.
Yeah.
So
DoorDash just accidentally dropped that off, right?
The DoorDash, it was an accident.
A fluke, man.
So I think I told you this, but every single time I, want extra food, I'll just be like, DoorDash delivered it.
No problem.
No problem at all.
Dude, that's actually a good way to think about it, man, because like sometimes like I'll be at dinner and if I get a bad meal, like, that I ordered and I thought it looked good and then I got it and it's like nothing, I'll be like, man, fuck, dude, the night's ruined. But like, cause we don't really DoorDash, but I'll be like, man, I could always DoorDash some shit on the way home and it'll be there for me when I get home.
Food is my ultimate weakness.
Yeah.
In all states of mind, I'll be honest, when you smoke and you eat, game over.
Yeah.
But especially like all types. But when it comes to, dude, food, I'm all about the good food. I've actually changed my mind about like perspective on like portion sizes as well.
Yeah.
Going out to Israel, it changed my mindset on things because the way they eat food is like very small portions, very fresh, and we don't access to that freshness isn't here in America. But like, dude, it's super interesting.
Yeah. I think like it. How do I put it? So I think Joe Rogan said something about like it's like rolling your own joint, right? There's something different between me rolling my own joint and going to pick one up from the store, right? Like it just, it tastes, I don't know, like for food wise, food tastes better when it's made for you, right? Like it's made right there for you.
Yeah.
And like, it's not warmed up or like the ingredients are more processed. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
you need something that's like going to be wholesome, that's going to hold you over and like provide you with nutrients, right?
I actually remember last time we talked about, I think you were the one that inspired this change in me, but I used to eat frozen food all the time.
Right.
Because it's so convenient. And last thing you want to do after a work day is like, or even lunch is like quick, pop it in, 2 minutes.
Warm it up. Yep.
Instead of like cooking. But dude, you challenged me a little bit there on that. And I was like, wow, this is actually incredible. And it's been 6 months.
Yeah. What is it?
Meals.
You cook all your meals?
Yeah, I tried. Oh, well, either I cook or let's be honest, Sharina.
Yeah. But they're cooked.
Yeah, they're cooked. It's no longer frozen meals.
Yeah.
Caveat there is like when we eat out, obviously.
Right.
But we like getting away from the house.
Dude,
like,
you got to eat out, man. That's a good
is
activity.
super important. Like just or hanging out. But yeah, at home, cooking all my meals. And
that's what's up, man.
Super lazy, but like you can make sandwiches like
dude, yeah.
Super easy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, man. Like my doctor told me, dude, and that's another like BS factor right there about like going to the doctor, man. Like, dude, I don't know. I feel like I'm a relatively healthy guy. You are too. For sure. But every time I go, my doctor tells me like I'm gonna fucking die. You know, it's like, oh, dude. So like he told me once about the processed food thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, during the pandemic, man, this is like a bigger picture thing. But I started like really taking inventory of like everything in my life, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, ironically, like I lost a lot of weight. Like I was doing like I was doing less, but like doing those things better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying that I do. So I was like evaluating my diet, and then once he said that, like I was like, dude, man, I'm fucking popping this shit in the microwave like all the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dude, processed food, that's gonna fuck me up.
And I'll tell you, I feel drastically better.
Yeah.
Energy wise is like 10 times better than it was before.
Yep.
What you're putting in your body, you know what
Yeah.
you're putting in. And I think that's the difference maker.
Yeah. And I think it's a good motivator to be active, right? Like as I get older, right? So as I eat, like I changed my relationship with eating, you know, just like you were saying you were doing, where it's like, you know, now it's like I'll try to put more good food in my body because you can use it, right?
For
like
sure.
we exercise, right? We go out, we play ball and shit like that. So that food, if it's good food, it's just going to turn to energy. So I stopped worrying about eating more because like if I'm eating more good food, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, without doubt. And I think that's a formula, right? A lot of people, including myself, we try to do like a lot of different things, but we do it subpar. Like when you think of eating, working out, even managing stress, all those different types of things versus like doing one or two things, but like excelling at those. It is a game changer for you to like handle all that and, you know.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, man. Like, you know, I think it's good to like do a lot of things, right? Like, you know, like travel, exercise, you know, read, like, and, you know, be a family person, be a husband, right? Like all that stuff. I think it's good to be good at those things. But it's not good to like half-ass anything, right? I like to do a lot of different things. I don't have to be the expert at it, right? But it's like I want to at least give a valiant effort. I don't want to half-ass it, right? Like it's not about the end result. It's like you just got to have optimism, man.
Yeah, and I think if you, like you said, right, life is short.
Sure.
Like you don't want to get to the end of your life and be like, damn, I wish I did more stuff to 100% of my ability.
Yeah.
I'd rather like live a full life, you know, regardless of how long that is, and just like crush it at everything I do or try to. And to the like sometimes I fail. Yeah, without a doubt, right?
Right.
But you know, being able to do stuff to your 100% ability is a game changer.
Yeah,
and
man,
that's huge, and it stacks, right? Like if you have a one good day and you kill it, as you continue like crushing it that month, year, you know, it stacks. It really does.
Yeah, man, for sure, dude. But yeah, like other than that, man, you know, what do you think? What do you think are some? What do you think 30 to 40 is going to look like, dude?
I am so excited.
Yeah.
I think so. 20s is like, you know, fuck around, whatever.
Yeah.
Have fun. I mean,
what the fuck happened in our 20s, dude?
Right? And like, you got your boys
and
you're going out all the time and you're just enjoying life. And I think 30s are kind of, you figured it out somewhat.
Yeah.
You're still having a lot of fun, but it kind of transitions, right? And our careers were taking off. And I think the one important thing though, that I'm trying to keep in mind is like work-life balance.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Continue to travel no matter what stage of life I'm at, you know, enjoying life.
Yeah.
But like continue that grind, continue just like working hard, all that stuff. But I'm so excited for 30s going into 40.
Yeah. I think this next decade is going to be like the best one yet, dude. But
100%.
My 20s were like, man, now like it's like now I feel like I have maybe like 5% grip on life, right? I know a little bit, maybe, but like I I thought I knew so much in my 20s, dude. Like, but I was a fucking idiot, dude.
100%,
Like,
yeah.
dude, there's so many things I thought like were matter of fact, dead ass. And I was like, and now I'm looking back like on cringe as fuck on something that I did in my 20s.
Let me ask you, what was one of those things?
Dude, so like this is just the main one that's popping in my head right now. I'm sure more will come, right? So I used to think that all protein was like equal, right? Like all protein was like, because I didn't eat meat growing up, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, dude, like a Burger King cheeseburger is like the same because it has meat in it and there's like good protein, I thought, as like, I don't know, like a turkey burger you get from Trader Joe's, right? Like a Whole Foods turkey patty, right? Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I used to think that meat was equivalent. So like, dude, every day after I worked out, like freshman year for like 7 months, like I would go to McDonald's and get 2 McDoubles and a McChicken.
Wow.
Like, every fucking day, dude. And I was just, I was like, oh yeah, protein, bro. Like, you know, like I'm doing it. And I would do that every day. Like, imagine how bad that is for somebody. You know what I mean? And then so one of my friends pulled me aside, like, dude, you got to stop doing this shit, bro.
Dude, that's a good friend.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, man, I'm a fucking idiot, I guess.
Dude.
And he showed me that documentary, dude. You know, like that like McDonald's documentary where that dude just eats McDonald's for like 30 days. And I was like, oh my God.
And his weight shift and like oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Yep. So that was probably one of them that's like, there's way worse ones, dude, but I can't think of them right now.
Yeah. No, I feel you. It's funny you say McDonald's. That happened to me too.
Yeah.
I stopped. I haven't eaten McDonald's since college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had like a bite. But like it just doesn't taste like how it, it just doesn't taste good. It's kind of like, it's exactly what we talked about, right? Like you don't want to put that in your body. And
Yeah. Is there like what's your favorite fast food spot?
I don't know if you consider like I guess Chick-fil-A is a fast food.
I could, yeah.
Popeyes.
Nice.
Yeah, Popeyes without a doubt.
Dude, I don't know about you, man. So like maybe it's like a new thing or maybe like, so when we were younger, right? Like after like, so I grew up going to like Garbas and stuff around like fucking like Navratri and stuff. In Diwali,
wow.
Right?
Okay.
So after the Garbas, right, we would all go over to fucking Taco Bell. And the shit used to smash, bro.
Taco Bell is a guarantee.
Yeah, dude. I would fucking throw my hands in my pants in the parking lot and just fucking eat
what's your go-to Taco Bell ring?
So, dude, I would get all right, so it's super weird. So I would get before they took away the Mexican pizza, there was like a number 4. So it came with a Mexican pizza and like 2 tacos, a large drink, and cinnamon twists. So I'm just fucking pouring it all over my body at that point.
And it comes with dessert too?
Yep, cinnamon twist. Dude, it was like for like $7.
That's a good order. That's a good order.
So it was just like already done for me, you know what I mean? So I didn't have to pick shit off the menu. But now, like if I go, I'll get like a Crunch Wrap.
Crunch Wrap is the most.
Right? I'll get a Crunch Wrap, and then Alyssa will get like one of those Nacho Belgrandes to share.
Ooh,
and then and I'll get a grilled stuffed burrito and a cheesy bean and rice.
That's so funny. Me, I go just super dirty. I go quesadilla.
Let's go.
Which is much steak as they could put in it.
Yeah.
And then
you say that?
Yeah. Literally, I'm like, can I get like not double steak but triple steak?
Yeah. When you think there's too much, put some more.
Yeah, put a little more and then make that work. And then Cinnabons, the largest order
for sure.
And I just snack on those when I come home.
Wait, they have Cinnabons there?
Yeah, there's Cinnabons there.
No
so
fucking way.
Yeah.
They fucking throw the jizz on top, dude.
Dude, they do 100%. And sometimes you can get extra. Yeah, and it's like amazing.
Let's go, dude. Extra
jizz dude. Cinnabon for sure, dude. Without a doubt.
Cinnabons are so fucking good, dude.
That's my endorsement for Cinnabons right there.
Cinnabons, sponsor your boys. What do you call? So the reason I brought that up is because, dude, I feel like every time now, so like me and Alyssa will do cheat meals every few months, right? Yeah. So like we've made the fucking mistake, but we constantly do it of going to like these fast food spots, right? So went to like McDonald's the last time, right? I think it's when we came back from Spain and Portugal. Yeah. Right? Like, let's get some McDonald's. Dude, fucking abysmally disappointed. Every time I go to McDonald's, dude.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
lukewarm bullshit. Like, dude, what is this?
Yeah. What is that your go-to McDonald's?
No. Okay. So like,
what would you go to fast food?
So like if I were to go to fast food, it would be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Because I really like, I mean, even though it's shitty now, like I can accept the type of shitty they're giving out.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, I don't know if you feel the same way. I feel like when we were younger, fast food used to kind of be a little bit better.
Used to hit. Right? Used to hit, yeah.
And now it fucking sucks.
It's the ingredients. They have to make it cheaper. So.
Dude, they take the heart and soul out of it, dude.
Yeah, seriously. Back when we were younger, dude, McDonald's used to hit so hard, dude.
Yeah, dude. I actually had a kind of aversion with soda. Like you know how you say you don't eat McDonald's anymore?
Yeah.
Like I don't drink soda anymore.
Really?
Yeah. You know, it's
just
dude. So you know what I'll like stem it back to is like, so when I was like younger, like I had like a obese phase for like a year and a half. It wasn't very long because it was like right before I hit my growth spurt. So it was like 6th grade going into 7th grade.
Yeah.
So 6th to 7th grade, and then in 7th grade I shot up. So I became lanky, you know.
Yeah.
But for I was pudgy for like this minute, right? And so one time we were at a party, right? And I was like going in on pizza and pop, and I guess like, dude, my outfit must have not looked flattering on me. My dad like pulled me aside and was like, dude, like you're fat as fuck. Like,
I'm sorry, that's so weird.
Dude, I think it's fucking hilarious now. So he pulled me like, dude, you're fat as fuck, dude. Drinking all this soda, dude.
I was just imagining your dad
just going in on my ass.
My gosh.
Dude, he like was like talking about it for the longest time, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it wasn't like I was like, oh man, I stopped drinking soda. It was like I started like thinking about it, like when I would drink soda, and then like I kind of like started like looking up like what soda was all about. And then I was like, oh, dude, this shit is really not that good.
It's not good for you.
Yeah. And then like, you know, I always thought like, you know, my biggest fear, this is super weird as a kid, like as an adolescent child, I used to have like man boobs.
Really?
I didn't want to be the dude who had man boobs, man. Like, cause they fucking get roasted, man. Like
that's
fucking
that's tough.
grab
that's
your titties
tough.
real quick. You know? So I was
you're
like,
getting
man,
scooped for sure.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, dude, cut the soda out, man. No,
wow,
no
that's
man
impressive.
boobies. Yeah. So like,
dude, I need soda. I can't give up soda.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's my tough dessert. I'm okay without dessert.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah, you were saying that, right?
Yeah,
like
I'm okay with that. Like,
it's surprising because I feel like you like dessert.
I'll hit up a good dessert.
Yeah.
But you know, when it comes to like that soda though, it's bad. That's my weakness.
It's refreshing, dude. Like there's nothing like a crisp like soda, like a Sprite.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean?
Stop it. Yeah.
It's fucking boing, boing, boing.
But yeah, you know, it's interesting that you said, you know, that you went through that phase. For me, it was actually opposite. I was getting roasted for being too skinny.
Too skinny?
Yeah. You see, like you can never make Indian people happy. Yeah. It's just like they're gonna be upset about something.
No matter what.
But yeah, dude, I was too skinny. So anytime I'd go to a family party, they'd be like, dude, are your parents not feeding you? Or is something going on? Because you're super skinny. And I was like, I felt like I was fine.
Yeah.
But
did that affect you at all? Like, dude, or was it just like whatever?
I think it affected my parents more than it affected me.
Really? Yeah.
One day my mom came home with protein.
Hey,
I never had protein. Yeah, she had like whey protein.
Yeah.
Like shitty flavor.
Dude.
But yeah, dude, it was super interesting that you say that because it's you know, in our community and culture, it's like very different.
Yeah.
Whether you're like, you know, whatever, you're still gonna get called out,
dude.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah, it's major bullshit. The thing I think is so funny about that is like, you know, to comment on someone's food, you got to kind of be knowledgeable about it, right? Like my parents didn't know shit about food.
No,
like dude, we were eating Taco Bell like 3 times a week, right? Yeah. Like nothing against them, dude. Like, you know, they didn't know better, but like the you know, like you make like chapatis and stuff with a bunch of oil and all of the different like thorns and shit like that. You know, like it's just like there are vats of oil in there, bro. Yeah. And like you're just like my mom would like bottomless that shit. Like she would keep throwing them at me.
If your mom cooked for you, would you say that's healthy?
Now she's completely changed. Like
that's how my mom 100% did that as well. Like they change recipe, change up what like, but like some of the stuff is still very dirty for you.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, dude, no, 100% agree.
Yeah. You know, it's like, you know, they didn't know better, so I don't like blame them for that shit. But like, dude, that's why Indian people have like heart issues, right? Because they're throwing them bitches back all day.
So I love my parents cooking. I'll hit that up every time. But I actually feel better not eating that all the time. Like once I started living with Shireen, got away from the frozen food, got away from all that stuff. It's game changer.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. It's like I hate to sacrifice taste, and you don't always have to. But like, it's hard. Dude, yeah, you have to sacrifice taste because like if it feels better when it doesn't have all the salt and that stuff in it, you know, like at least at this point in my like food journey, you know what I mean? Like I've been eating a lot of like turkey.
Yeah.
So like I'll just like put some of those turkey burgers, like the organic ones in the air fryer. I'll like chop them up, put them in some rice. And turkey is a fucking dry ass meat.
Dude, it's not like, good.
My meal doesn't have any taste.
I actually don't even like it on Thanksgiving. Yeah. I think it's overrated.
Oh, it's the biggest bullshit on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's the biggest because everyone's like, oh, you have to have a turkey. Nah, I'd rather get fried chicken. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, right? Like anything else. Indian food,
else.
Bro.
Even
like,
Indian food. But like
it's like how come on this one day of the year, like you guys can't make the food you make every fucking time we come over. You know what I mean? So you gotta do this turkey. And like, you know, like let's just fucking dive into it real quick. So like you got this turkey that is like I have a problem with like super lukewarm meat, you know? Like the
So
meat
dry
is like
too.
right, like it's like they've been fucking with it all day. By the time you're gonna eat it, it's been out for a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like fucking room
It's
temperature.
not even tasty, dude. And we've tried. Our family has tried like deep frying it.
Yeah.
Normal, like baking it, whatever. It both times it just kind of
Deep frying didn't work.
Deep fried tastes really good.
Good?
It does taste good, but it's still turkey.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not like if you deep fry like anything else, it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Versus that, you're kind of like it's dry. It's
yeah. What do you guys? You guys do chicken?
We still do turkey, but my mom cooks Indian food. Yeah. I wish we did chicken. That'd be like sacrilegious in our house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But the sides are what hit, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, no, sorry, not for Thanksgiving, but in general.
Oh,
in general, like meal prep.
Meal prep for
like meat. Like, what do you like? Are you guys eating chicken?
Yeah, chicken or like some sort of like pork or steak or something like that.
Yeah.
Like we'll switch it up. Like yesterday we cooked like Korean barbecue.
Oh, nice, dude.
Like little Korean. Like it's super easy. Takes like 15-20 minutes.
Cool.
And I watch Shireen the whole time. Like I just kind of do
supervise.
Exactly.
Someone's got a supervisor, dude.
She's gonna kick my ass. All crazy. She's gonna kick my ass when she hears that. But yeah, dude, it's super easy. It's so easy to make, and it's actually pretty good for you.
Yeah.
So being able to do that, it's. But I had a question for you.
Sure.
To change up the topic.
Yeah,
Shireen and I were talking, and you had brought this up a little earlier.
Yeah.
You talk about books, right? Reading and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Is that do you read a good amount of books like per year and all that stuff?
Yeah. So I read I read like 10 to 30 pages of a book a day.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it just depends on how much time I have, but at least 10 pages a day. So, whatever that means in books, every book's different.
Well, it's not about the number. It's just like dedicating some time. It's
it's like, whatever that is, like 3,650 pages a year. Like I try to average that, but that only happened over the past 3 years or so. But I love reading, bro.
Dude, reading is such a game changer to take your eyes away from screens and be able to just like visualize what you're reading. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Really
I have to give a lot of kudos to authors, man. Like I was reading this one book just now by Roberto Bolaño. He's like a Chilean or a Peruvian author, and he just writes about he writes murders, like murder mysteries.
Wow.
In like the desert and stuff like that with and it has this like Latin twist to it. You know what I mean? So he wrote this one on like a poet society that was like killing people, you know what I mean, to keep their movement going. But like he doesn't explicitly say that in the book, right? So he describes these characters via like journal entries, and like you're following along, Wow. And he doesn't articulate the whole story for you, but it leaves it up for interpretation, right? So, the main reason I like reading books, because similar to music, it's like, I think music is very spiritual. You know what I mean? Like, it can get your body moving. It can get your mental differently, right?
Yeah.
Books do the same thing for me too. So if I read a good book and something descriptive and a lot of good adjectives and illustrative, I feel like I'm there, It's like, it's spiritual to me almost. You know what I mean? So like, not every book is like that. Like I read a lot of informational shit too, like on history and like, cause that stuff intrigues me too.
For sure.
But yeah, man. So like to your question about reading, I read like every day, bro.
Yeah. Shireen and I have started like pushing ourselves when it comes to that and just making sure we dedicate some time exactly like you, right?
Yeah, man.
I think we do like 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
Like before bed or early in the morning. But we were talking, not everyone does that, right? And it's super interesting. Like, I have friends that don't read at all.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, damn, dude, you're missing out because it is so cool to read a good story and you're visualizing everything and you're kind of like imagining that and not losing. It's like training that sense of your mind is super cool.
Super cool, man. And it's what makes us human beings, right?
Exactly.
Like you and I could have read a similar book, right? Like we do for book club, right?
Yeah.
But you could have you interpret it one way, I interpret another. You know what I'm saying? But we read the same book, right? So that's what makes us human beings. Because
versus like shows and stuff, it's not the same. You kind of like, if it sucked, everyone feels the same way.
It's a little too literate, you know what I mean? It's a little too like in your face, So like I like to hear even when we play that, what is it? Hugga? How do you say it?
Hugga? Yeah, I think it's Hugga, yeah.
Even when we play that game, it's like same question, right? But like you have a different take on it than I do. And that's
super
what I like to hear,
Yeah. That game actually worked well in larger groups.
Dude.
I was shocked. I was like, wow, this actually worked out really well.
Surprisingly, people were like, I mean, again, speaks to like your group of friends. Everyone was open to like talk and share, and like no one was embarrassed.
No, not at
cool.
all.
Like,
Which
really cool.
some people got roasted for their answers. Let's be honest, but like it was
hey
pretty
man,
good.
it's your 30th birthday. We're in Portland, dude. We're smoking. Someone's gonna get roasted one time.
Dude, 100%, dude. And no, yeah, dude. I just love like those habits though.
Cool,
huge, man.
Dude, I mean, they all. It's like it's interesting how it all came together, but they all kind of feed into each other, right? And I think it's it leads into why like us four really get along. I think is like, so after you read something, right? Like you're probably, or I'll speak to myself. I'm excited to tell Alyssa about it. Like I'm like, dude, I read this shit, bro. Like, come listen to this shit, Like, so I'll be excited, and then, it keeps us talking about new things. Right? Like I'm always talking to her about something new. She's always talking to me about something new.
Yeah.
And then even now, right? I'm talking to you about something that, is new. And, like those type of things like solidify our relationship. Same thing with me and Alyssa, right? Because like we're constantly just making new conversations, and I'm excited. And then like you said, there's certain people who don't do it. And like, I'm not saying reading is the only tell-all, but it's like, dude, I need people who are curious, who want to explore thoughts and new places and things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And being able to visualize is amazing. But like, I agree with what you say, because like I do the same with Shreen, right? When something exciting happens, I'm like, you will not believe what happened in this book, right? And she'll be like, dude, this storyline for this book is amazing. It makes me want to pick it up and start reading it. And
exactly.
You get excited about it.
Yeah, man. And like those type of things are really, it comes off as corny sometimes, right? Like to people who don't do it or don't understand it, but it's not. Like me and Alyssa were observing like a couple the other, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And we were just like, we just like, I'm sure you guys do this. Like when we come back from an interaction, we just talk about the interaction.
Yeah.
We'll be like, right, we'll observe
it's
it.
A debrief,
exactly.
Debrief time.
Post-mortem.
Yeah, post-mortem. Yeah, exactly.
So like, I was like, it's just interesting that like some couples don't like express, like maybe they do it in front of people, but they don't like, it's like, they won't say I love you to each other, or they won't say like, hey, do you need this? Or like, you see these little like acts of kindness between a couple, right? And so if you notice a couple that's like, man, they're just kind of like rigid, bro. They're not, I don't even know if they like each other from like their interactions. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know the relationship, right? So I'm not going to speak to it. They could be madly in love, right? Yeah. But it's like, the things like doing that, like saying like, even to you, like, or, to my good friend, but hey bro, I love you, man. Like, or giving you a hug when I see you, like those type of things, man. Like those are the important details. You know what I mean?
Oh, without doubt. And I think every family is different, right? Funny story, like Shireen actually was not a I love you person. And I think we might have talked about this. And when she comes into our family is if you don't say I love you at the end of the phone call,
you're mad.
You're fighting. You're fighting. Like you're getting a phone call back in 2 seconds and be like, what did I do wrong?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why are you pissed? Like what's going on?
What did I do to you?
So when Shireen came into it, right? It was tough for her. It was like a little awkward because you always had to say it. But now she's like, if I forget it, she's like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
Right. It's in Shireen's family, the opposite end, where when I came in, I was firing those I love yous like crazy, and they're like, what? Like, why are you saying that? But it's different, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like you want to mean it when you say it, right? Yeah, so whenever it's said, it has to be meant, because it is an important term. It's very endearing, and it holds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But like to your point, like not everybody's like that. I think you and I are prone to take a couple L's.
Yeah, we are. We're going to. It's fine. It's not about the L. It's about how you bounce back.
Hey, man.
That's exactly. It's all about how you bounce back.
For sure, man. Like I myself took a few L's, like in Alyssa's family. You know what I mean? Because they're the same way. Like no one's like real expressive, and I'll just be like, love you.
And they're like,
dot.
Yeah. They're gonna leave you on red.
Hey, man.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You
just fucking laugh it off, bro.
Keep your head up. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, man. Those moments, dude. Like like especially with in-laws, man. Like getting perspective is a good thing. Like there's a lot of things that like Alyssa's family does that like my family never did, right? Or there's things that my family does that Alyssa's family doesn't do, And those like perspective shifts, I think are always cool learning experiences. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
If you don't mind, how was it kind of moving from your family dynamic to your in-laws? That's always an interesting kind of topic because it's so different for every single person. Totally,
man. Totally. And I think one thing that's interesting that like, I'm not saying like I'm some like different guy, but like, like for me personally, like I'll be honest about it. It's like, I don't heavily consider like like what my parents say
Yeah.
or what her parents say.
Yeah,
That makes
that's
sense.
fair.
Like
that's
I
fair.
don't, I'm a respectful guy, right? But like once I left my house and everything like that, and I had this new awakening or whatever, like, like whatever, 5-10 years ago, I was like, I'm a grown up now, right? So like I have to like be a grown up with other people.
You have to be, 100%. I think that's a really tough, it's super important though.
Yeah.
You have to be able to put your foot down with your parents. You have to tell them, hey, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I'm, married even. And it's kind of like, you have to figure it out. Like you have to tell them like, no, this is my life now.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, the thing about that, and that's a good conversation, man. I think we should have that conversation is like, so, like for me personally, right? Like I've made peace with the older generation. I've been like, hey, you know what? Like I will always try with family in the older generation, but like they're in their ways, right? So like we 100% don't have to agree on everything, but we should also be good with agreeing to disagree. Like that's what I would ask of that generation, right? Like, hey, at least if you don't understand it, respect it, right? Because like you're not paying my bills or nothing like that, right?
No,
you're not,
without a doubt. No.
So like, but then if we talk about like my peers, like my cousins, and like like my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, right? Like those people, like I will break my I will break that character for them, right? I will do whatever I have to, like I will, if there's a problem and it's not even, let's say it's not even my fault, I will apologize, right? I'll put my ego aside, all that stuff.
Yeah.
For those peers, you know what I mean? I don't know why that is, but I feel close to that group, right?
They're in your age group. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and like
makes total sense.
Same, and like that's an in-law question. I do the same thing for my boys, right? Like they're the people that I'll like break character for, you know what I mean? And like
they're your boys. They're
right,
your ride or dies.
I'll yeah, exactly. So, like to your question about in-laws, I was like, you know what? Like I think like my quality set, like what I have, like what I have to offer is more than enough. And so I'm not going to try to like overly impress you because like what I like in the same sense that like the respect I bring to you, and like I won't say that I'm trying to impress you, but I want you to be like proud that you're here spending time with me, right? I want it to be worth your while. So like I do take that accountability in our interactions. So with my in-laws, I was like that's my own principles, right? When I come to you, I'm gonna make sure like I'm adding value to your life. I'm someone that you're happy your daughter is married, and I'll be present.
That's amazing perspective.
But other than that, like my shit is my shit. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man too.
You have to put the boundaries down. That's like it's a must, because your parents will always try to get involved because they love you. They love you and they want you to be a part of their. They want to be a part of your lives, especially when you get married. Yeah. Like growing up, I was a huge mama's boy, right? Like I love my parents, but love my mom to death. She would always go above and beyond for us. Right. And I think when we got married, I had to make a shift. I had to tell my mom, dude, chill. What Shireen says goes. I'm respecting you, but it's, you have to respect us. Yeah. She like Shireen's up front now, right? Like she'll call it out. Right? She'll call it. She doesn't mess around. She'll call it out. But it's super important that you also put your foot down and say, yeah. And you feel comfortable do that not only with your own parents, but your in-laws as well. Yeah. Just in general, man, you just like there's like domains that like can't be fucked with. Right. And like, you're like, for me, my wife is one of them, right? Like, roadblock right there. That's your inner circle, bro. Yeah. Like so like I usually like for like, that inner circle, man, it's like, like I'll fucking throw a punch first, ask questions later, you know what I mean? Type of thing. But like, it's only really if people getting out of line, right? For sure. Like I never try to be forceful, but like some people just kind of need to be like kind of quickly clapped back into place and be like, I'm a nice guy, right? I speak softly. I don't like use my like presence to like domineer physically, right? I try to lay low, right? But like, that's what'll happen. If someone kind of steps out of line, I'll stand up, I'll, kind of put my chest out, we'll have a quick chat, I'll look you in the eye, we'll be good to go, right? And like, there's nothing really after that. So it's, quick conversations, and I'm not afraid to have those. I think people, like for me personally, get a little bit jarred because I'm always like jokey. Yeah. I can get serious real quick and like let you know because I want to get that over with. Yeah. Right? I want to be like, okay, hey, good. And then we can go back to normal. Then we're good, right? Like tough conversations are part of any relationship, man. For sure. Like, you're going to have to like get into it once or twice. And I think that's a learned skill. I really do. Yep. I think that not many people have that. To be able to kind of switch it on and off. Especially the part where you say, go back to how it was. Yeah. Right? That is really hard. Right. It's really hard for people. Yeah. Like sometimes like, we both like, right. I know like we both had some issues with friends and stuff like that. Right. And like, It happens.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
And things happen, and we say, like, no, as long as like you don't have malintent, there's no malice in your heart when you're doing something. Like, everything should be like, hey, benefit of the doubt. You know, like, I know you didn't mean to do that, but you did it, and like, let's talk about it, and boom, you know what I mean?
And let's own up to it, and then move forward.
Let's figure it all out, dude. It's like it becomes so complicated really fast, and like I feel people get bogged down in the fact that there is a conflict, and it's like, dude, get past that. And like realize how easy it fucking is to just like solve it.
It's also really hard to hold around hate.
Sure.
Dude, that really does have an impact on you. Like when you know, we're talking about health and all that stuff, like it does have an impact on that. Yeah. Like whether you realize it or not. And the minute you kind of, you know, unburden yourself, it's a game changer.
Bro, man. That's it's a big one, man. It's like literal weight like off your body, dude.
Yeah,
I feel
it's crazy.
It's so bad for you to like not like I said, you know, we were talking about like the post-mortem thing. Yeah. Everyone does it, right? But as long as it's not like, you know, like that type of stuff can turn into shit talking really fast. Yeah. And then like every time you come back from somewhere, you can be like, oh, like, what the fuck? Do you see that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead of enjoying, like saying, hey man, I had a great time.
Yeah. And it's so easy to like start talking negative, right? And like, it's almost like, you know, it's so easy, but like, you know, when we come back from things, we're right away pros. Like, what was good about the weekend, right? Like, or what was good about that hangout? What was good about it, you know? Yeah. Because like we can talk about the bad stuff and that's good. Like maybe if there was bad stuff, we can talk about it, but I want to hear all the good things first because I want to make those types of things the mode of conversation. Is like, tell me about all the good things and then we'll get to the bad things, you know, because we're friends, we're good, we're bros, but you know, let's connect on positive shit for a little bit before we go down into the dumps. You know what I mean?
Without it. And you have to discuss both, right? Like the bad stuff is also kind of funny because sometimes you're like, the fuck? Did I really just go through that? Is that, you know, you're with your best friend. Like you have to like talk to her about it, you know. Sure. But the pros are very important to talk to. I actually, you know, sometimes I forget to do that. And it sucks because you're right. It can get into shit talking real quick. And I'm a big believer, and this might be a little weird, but I'm a big believer in if you say negative thoughts or you're like super down, it like just impacts your like your whole body, your spiritual being. Whereas if you're like, I'm positive, damn, this sucks, but like I'm gonna find the silver lining and kind of run with it. Yeah, it's just much easier to look at life than being bogged down about like the drama or the you know, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, man. It's like. It hurts my ears sometimes if it's only negative, right? Because like if it's only I'm just sitting there like, man, like is this your take on everything? Like when you come back from something wholesome, like, you know, like you come back from a wedding, right? Obviously there's bullshit happening at a wedding all the time, right? Like so there's gonna be some goofy shit, right? But like you come back from a wedding and like, you know, the main thing that happened is like you got to see two people get married, right? Whether it's in the church, non-denominational, mosque, whatever it is, right? It's just nice to see people get married. And I think like that chance will not always be around, right? And that's why I go to all the ceremonies for things. Cause it's like, dude, I don't know when I'm going to get to see people get married. Like
I respect that. Do
you know what I mean?
It's really easy to be like, dude, I'll see you at the reception.
Bro, especially when I get rejected for communion, dude.
Oh, dude, I cannot believe that happened.
Dude, I don't know. Like, honestly, will they do that, man? Like, or was I just looking real stupid?
Dude, so sometimes they'll know. They'll be like, wait, no, he can't take this. But sometimes they'll let it go.
Yeah.
But it has happened. Like, we've had experiences where like young kids would go up.
And they just won't let them do it?
They'll be like, I don't know if you, wait, are you baptized?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like it's like all of those little things.
It's
kind of like, you know, that's a big deal. It's super interesting.
Yeah, man. I'll give it to him. I was wearing my light suit with my floral pattern, so I'll draw a little attention.
That would be amazing. That'd be amazing.
And dude, when I got rejected, and like I was literally like, it was like the bride's family, groom's family. I was like, just fucking there. He was just like, no. And they were all laughing, dude. They were all laughing at me. I was like, hey man,
oh my gosh.
I'm trying to do it. I'm here for you guys, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm super goofy. So like during services, like wedding services, sometimes I'll like sing along, but I'll sing everything. And the priest will all look at me and they'll be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, you know, whatever.
I'm feeling it, dude.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about myself, so I might as well, you know, run with it. And
yeah. I mean, I wish I knew the names of those songs, man. Because I wish I could be like, what's your favorite one?
There's a song that you love.
Yeah, you know which one it is.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to describe it. I'm not gonna sing.
Yeah. It's like na 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 na. Yeah. He's like kind of like that, dude. That one's hey, throw some snare on there, dude. Yeah, man, that's my favorite one actually, dude. It's really melodious, if you will.
Dude, I actually will say, I love our services. I love all that stuff. But dude, seeing a non-denominational service and being able to experience that is amazing.
It's fun, right?
Yeah,
it's
dude.
cool.
Like even your guys' wedding was a really cool experience because it reminded me of stuff that like I think you had a line that said like, "Hey, I'm committing to, or I'm promising to stay committed to you and like give you my full attention."
Yeah.
Right. And like that piece was super interesting because it's things that you don't really think about. Right.
Yeah.
And our services, we cover a lot of stuff, especially like the before God and like, it's very special, especially, growing up with that. But like being a part of a service like yours, it kind of reminds you like, it's like recommitting yourself with these vows and stuff.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that. And those are some kind words, man. So like not to go too deep into religion, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Because that's a good topic. We should definitely talk about that one day. But I mean we can go. So for me, religion, like the faith part of it is tough. Yeah. That's the tough part for me.
For sure.
Because like for me personally, I need things that are gonna help me like in my life, right? And like a lot of faith-based things are like what's gonna happen after, right? Yeah. Like you're right now it doesn't matter, because like that's a little crass, a little too blunt, but it's like right now it's insignificant. We're doing this for later, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just Christianity, Catholicism. It's Hinduism, Islam, all those religions, right? It's promising salvation later. So then, what I say is, I think I agree with the pillars of like what is it? What's the opposite of adultery? Like being faithful to your partner, right? So like that one, honesty, like those type of things. I believe in those, and those are also part of the religious institutions, But there's a few other things that I feel like make a successful relationship, and a successful relationship can make for a good life, you know?
Sure.
So like, I think that like those things like accountability, like being present, nurture, like those are types of things that I don't hear in religion that I think we all need, right?
Yeah.
I need to be nurtured, bro.
I think religion also needs to evolve.
Sure.
Right. And I think that's like a big thing because you're right. We don't talk about those things. And like in 2023, it's extremely important to be nurturing, to, be present. That's even tough, especially with like social media, phones, like everything going on, laptops.
Right.
Like taking time off just to be there with your partner. Right?
Exactly. And like, see, that's like a modern problem that is not addressed. Right. Yeah. And it's like, it makes sense, and I think, religious institutions are very weary of like updating themselves, but like, dude, I don't know about you, but like, I definitely have evolved my whole life. Right.
Yeah,
like I've not stayed the same.
Without
so like, and I hope to continue to evolve. And like for example, like we were just talking about, like there's things like that McDouble thing where after the gym, like I thought that was legit as fuck, right?
Yeah.
But like now, like 10 years later, I know that's so bad, right? So like I'm willing to adjust myself, right? So principles that I thought like I held near and dear, some of them stayed, but some of them changed, some of them left, some of them, new ones came, right?
Yeah.
So like it's a moving target, bro. Like, that all of life is, I think, so I'm going to have to like continue to change. So, and like, going back to the thing about the non-denominational ceremony, I was like, here right now are some things that I think are important for our relationship to succeed. Right. And not only are they just part of our relationship, like we should make them part of our own schema too. Right. Accountability, all these things, right? Like not only do we have to be accountable in our relationship, you have to be accountable to yourself, So I thought those were like, I put ubiquitous principles, right? They're like wide applicable. So I just like picked some of those and she picked some of those too. And then we just kind of, did our thing on it.
Yeah. Shreen and I started something talking about relationships.
Yeah.
We started something kind of interesting. So I saw this on Instagram, like randomly, and it's called Life Dinner.
Okay.
So you once a month, you like dedicate a Saturday or like a whatever date night and you just go out, right? You go out somewhere, you can have a couple drinks, do whatever, grab dinner, but you talk about like your relationship,
nice,
how things are going, and kind of like what you're loving, and parts you're struggling with, and it's super interesting because like you have 3 questions, and you kind of go through them, but as you're talking, the conversation just happens super naturally, and you're fascinated because you will be surprised what the other person has to say,
dude.
And it kind of keeps you in tune of like that communication piece is so huge, but also evolving with your partner, and it's a game changer.
Dude, it's like a stand-up, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's so much like a stand-up. Yeah,
and like, you know, people are, you know, that's such a good thing. Like I read a book like called 25 Mindful Relationship Habits, like that too. And you know, it people get away from it because it's too work-like. But it's like, don't you want to apply some of that like intensity to your relationship that you have at work? Like,
for sure.
You know, if you don't understand something at work, you're gonna grab time with somebody, you're gonna figure it out, right? And so like, or you have a one-on-one with your boss, right? Like probably once a week or bi-weekly or something, right? Like I do.
Yeah.
So then like, why not with my wife to understand like what she's going through, right?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
on the day-to-day, you might think you have a pulse on things, but like, you know, if you're not directly communicating, then you don't know for sure, right?
Yeah, and most times you have TV in the background.
Yeah.
You have the phone going off.
Yep.
Like in this situation, everything's off. You're focused on that one person, and
that's a cool thing.
You'll
man.
be shocked. Yeah, we tried it. We love trying different things.
Yeah. Where'd you guys go last time you did it?
So last time we honestly just got a little after it at home. Just,
nice.
Lit a candle and just
like
talked.
Dude.
Talked a little bit, and then we played the hookah game. Like,
dude,
it just
that game is gold, dude. That's such a good find, bro.
Yeah, it's shout out to Shannon Zachariah.
Oh, was it Shannon?
She
shout out Shannon.
She DM'd me on Instagram, and she's like, "Dude, you should buy this for Shireen." And I'm like,
hell yeah,
you are the best. I love that I have friends in my life. Like I've surrounded myself with friends that like they're looking out for me.
Yeah,
I sending me things Shireen like they know Shireen will like, and it gets
happy
me
wife,
happy life. Dude.
Have you heard the phrase?
Yeah, for sure,
dude.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Just take time to just like communicate. It's so like underrated, right? It's not something someone focuses on, and like you said, the church doesn't really talk about it. No one really touches on it, and then when you're living with this person, you form those habits early. It's really easy to continue doing that.
Yeah. It's interesting, man, and I think, you know, one thing I'll say, you know, just coming from, so I grew up going to this institution like called Swadhyay.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So I won't knock it, man. It was like kind of like an interpretation of the Gita, you know what I mean? So it was like a Sunday school kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't at the temple, you know? And maybe it was just the batch that I was dealt with, right? The people I grew up around with. I always felt like, you know, like they weren't the most welcoming. You know, there's a lot of competition between each other. You know, it's like, and that's
exactly our church, the same thing.
But you know, it's interesting. Maybe because I'm not part of your church. You know, I've always told Alyssa too. I've always found a very welcoming vibe. You know what I mean, from you guys. You know, like from the Elmhurst squad. You know, like everyone's been pretty cool about kicking it and you know, just like saying what's up.
Super
and,
chill.
You know, stopping by, talking to me. You know, like playing ball with people. It's, you know, I've actually never done any of that stuff with like growing up with.
Really?
Yeah, it was all like, you know, about the business. Like we would have like, everything was centered around the religion, right? We would have like Gita class or something like that. And like we would get together, but it wouldn't be about like playing ball or just outside hangout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the community piece is huge. Like growing up with that, you kind of, you know, overlook it. You kind of like, wow, you know, I have this, but you don't really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's pretty surprising to me because I always assumed that every like, you know, temple or church had their own community, and that was like your crew growing up because they knew what you're going through.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like you support each other. And it's
it's interesting, man. I don't know. So there's so many different types, right?
Yeah.
So like, for example, like you know, there's a handful of different types of Malayali churches, right?
Oh, without that, yeah.
There's so many Hindu like interpretations, you know. So
gotcha.
So our like group, like this Swadhyay group, right? We had like what a parish they would call it, like, or it was like Kendra, that's what they would call it, right? Like it's kind of that equivalent, right? So like we would have like a Naperville one, like a Schiller Park one, like Vernon Hills.
They base it based on location.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So like they would have, we would occasionally meet up in like at a spot in Schaumburg and all like get to see each other, right? But dude, I don't know why, right? Because I haven't connected with too many people, but like probably like 85% of the people in this organization are not there anymore.
Wow.
And I don't know why. Like I know it got a little culty, but they started like removing a lot of the youth, a lot of the youth from like leadership positions, you know, like,
wow.
I don't know what they were doing. Like they took away, like we had a youth camp every year where like all over the country. Like you could go meet people that were at Swatia all over the country, right? And
That's
people from
super cool.
India would come
That's super
too.
cool. Yeah.
But like they took that away too, and that was a big one, man. And like so, all the kids like had nothing to do there anymore. I felt like, you know.
And once you're not involved, it's a game over. You're not gonna want to come back.
Yeah.
I think that could be a big reason why you might not have that community piece.
Yep.
We were like surrounded by it. We had like I think Sharina and I talked about this recently. We had so many different like camps. But that was our kind of hangout because our parents wouldn't let us get out of the house as much. So, you use that.
And you guys have like, dude, you guys have MFO.
Oh,
you guys have basketball tournaments.
Dude, that
like
Malia Football League is crazy though. Like I think they have a team fly out from Detroit, Florida.
Dude.
And they're all Malalis. And it's all different types of churches. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Danny, like Danny Joseph?
Yeah.
Like he like fucking goes out to like New Jersey to play tournaments and stuff with like Malayali like
that's crazy
tournaments, and I'm just like, man, dude, it's cool. Like that like I said, that's what community is, right?
Yeah,
like it's exactly that. Like having like it's a loose structure like church, right? Like that activity, but it's not about the religion, right? It's about like you guys just getting together and like, guys of the same faith getting together and like playing sports, camaraderie.
Sure. And I think the church is actually undergoing like different, right? We used to have people getting burnt out from like leadership. Mm-hmm. So they'd serve, but they're not feeling any kind of, and they come back their way.
Yeah.
So they struggled and they eventually found a place that like they found a non-denominational church that they were able to go to.
Yeah.
And it kind of fit their needs. And I think that's cool too. Like, hey, you got to do what's best for you. You just can't like close the door. Cause like you got to keep in touch with them. If regularly talk to them, like make sure that that doesn't change just because they left the community or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's interesting, man. I try to think about like let's say our parents again, right? Yeah. So they came to the country, right? Didn't know anybody. And like, this was a community for them, right? They finally found some people, right? And like, for me personally, like my mom's good friends are all in that, right? But those are the friends that you met, you know what I mean? And I think we all would have hoped that like I would have found friends in there that I met that were also lifelong friends, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, it just didn't happen that way, So like, and then it's a shame that it kind of tied to the religion a little bit, but like, what are you gonna do, man? Like people need like camaraderie. People need like to be a part of a group, right? Like, and I found that somewhere else, right?
Yeah, so and I think it worked out because your group is phenomenal.
Everyone's good, dude.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It is what it is. I will say I'm glad to have my boys.
Yeah,
like they're my guys. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and fortunately, right, like for you met them through, right, like church and stuff like that, right? Majority of them, and that worked out, man. That worked out.
To be honest, I wasn't that close to any of them until post-college.
Oh, nice.
Like it's kind of crazy to think, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. I kind of did my own thing.
Yeah.
I came back from college, and that's when we started hanging out, and it just kind of clicked.
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, dude. It's always cool to have a platform, right? Like that's why I like doing things like podcasting or like book club. Because you need like an institution sometimes to like link you up, right?
Yeah, something, yeah.
Like whether it's church or whatever. It's just like people need to get together, man, and like, like minds need to link up and shit. And like I said, everyone wants to be part of a group, man. Like as people, some people are like wired differently where they want to be alone, but human beings like to be together, dude.
Let me ask you a question then. What do you think of alone time? What's your views on that?
I fucking love alone time, dude.
Yeah, it is so important to have alone time. That was a 2022 goal of mine, and I will say it's amazing.
Yeah,
it is so important. Some people will be like, dude, that's kind of weird, but you just kind of like reset, kind of.
Dude, you have like you have an inner dialogue.
I do. Oh, dude, it's so important to like just and a lot of that sometimes can be bad too.
Yeah,
overthinking. Right. When you go there and you're like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
But you're able to like control those thoughts and kind of better emotion control because you're like reflecting.
Yeah.
And kind of doing that, which is cool.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, dude. I think it's so good to like explore yourself, that way. What do you call it? Like, I don't know. What do you do like to get away?
So it kind of just depends. So reading is one. If I'm at home, I'm super weird. Sometimes I love cleaning.
Why is that weird?
So
man?
like
cleaning's awesome.
It is. It is what it is. Some people hate it. Some people love it. But
throw some music on,
sometimes
dude.
I'll do that.
Fucking
the one thing super lame I'll do is I'll also go to the movies.
By yourself?
Yeah, dude, I will feast, bro.
Hell yeah.
Usually it's these like Marvel movies. I'm
Yeah.
a Marvel nerd, so I love going out and I'll go watch the movie. Shireen's like, you can go by yourself, and I'm like,
That's
okay,
awesome,
cool.
dude. Yeah.
So I'll do
Okay.
that. And like, it's funny because like I'm the type of person that will chat up the person next to me.
Yeah.
But like if I get a vibe of like they don't want to talk, it is. Some of the movies I went to, like those people also came alone. So it's like we're just like getting hyped together, and it's like so funny that it ends up that way. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
That's cool, man. That is super cool. It's cool that you go do stuff like that by yourself,
Yeah,
right?
you have to.
Why not?
Like it's all about balance. It's also about just taking time to reset, and
Yeah.
it leads to a lot more benefits.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I'm a little bit more verbal.
Yeah.
So like it's hard for me to go places, like a movie, because I'll talk out loud, like to myself.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's weird, right?
That's so cool.
So usually in the summertime when it's nice, or as soon as it's nice out, like what I'll do is like I say I'll pop over to Bussy Woods, right? Like I'll do this.
Bussy Woods a good
Hey,
time.
you know what I'm saying? I'm in fucking skirting and I'm Naruto running through Bussy Woods all the time. So like the loop that Alyssa and I do, or when I do go by myself, it's like 8 miles. So it'll take me like 2.5 hours to get through. So like I'll bring my hiking backpack. It's like a little backpack. You have some water and shit, right? I'm prepared for this interaction. And then like I'll bring a few joints, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like, you know what I'm saying? And so like I'll smoke up to start. And then so like the first 30 to 45 minutes, I'll be stoned, you know what I mean? So I'll be listening to music. So like I'm in nature, and then
It's a vibe. It's
vibey.
vibe, yeah.
It's vibey,
super
right?
Vibey, yeah.
And then so after the hour mark, like I take my headphones out because I'm stoned, but I'm like at a good level now, right? So like I'll just take my headphones out and walk silently for about 15 minutes. And after that 15 minutes, I think I'm in stride, or I'm in momentum and in flow. All these like thoughts just start coming over me, dude. And I
that's cool.
I say them out loud. Like I'll the last time I went out, it was one of the, like a warm day over break. And I was like, I went for like a 2 or 3 hour walk, and I just like there was this like relationship I had when I was like 19 with this like Muslim chick, bro.
Okay.
And like I was like, we were hooking up in the basement, and my mom walked in.
No way.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. And like my mom was just like fucking irate with me and disappointed, like, and it was just like a bad summer, you know what I mean? Like I was pretty much locked in the house. I couldn't do shit, you know what I mean? So like I was reflecting on that summer and like what happened to me like that summer, right? Like I was like, because like, so like, it was all crazy when my mom caught me. Like that chick didn't really want to fuck with me as much because it was getting a little bit thicker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you don't
It
want
was,
to
like,
deal with
drama.
that. And you're what, 19?
Yeah, it was 19, and that was like
you definitely not.
Yeah, and it was like my first girlfriend, bro. And I was like, when you go through a breakup, it's like
heartbroken.
And I'm like locked in the house. You know what I mean? So I was just like walking through all of it, And my parents were pretty like upset with me, so they were like kind of like
and
doing
in that moment you're like, dude, my life's over.
Yeah, I was like,
and you're like, dude, what do I do? And
yeah,
look at you now.
Yeah,
like so many years later, it's crazy.
And like I just try to like evaluate like what learnings I took from those experiences, right?
That's
like,
pretty cool.
Like I started college off like that, and then like, I also really didn't. I was like kind of like an introverted dude, It wasn't until like Jimmy like pulled me out of my shell that like I started talking to people a lot, So like I was like, why was I an introverted guy for so long, And also like these type of things I'll try to think about when I'm walking, and it's like I'll just start remembering shit. It gets really euphoric, and then I'll try to get to the present day and be like, wow, dude, I just took this fucking crazy trip with my wife to Spain and
That's
Portugal.
crazy.
And, just like, dude, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? In these past 10 years, So like I'll have a dialogue. I'll say all that stuff out loud while I'm walking,
Do you think 19-year-old you would ever imagine that you are where you are right
No, dude. Dude,
I think about that sometimes.
Dude, when I was 19, I was like, I thought I'd be like a partner at Deloitte, like, accounting and finance. Like, I thought I was gonna be like a corporate tycoon,
Yeah.
And like be married and have kids and like, that American dream type shit.
Yeah.
What about you?
Dude, when I was 19, I mean, the kill and the crushing the career, but I never in a million years thought I would marry Shireen.
Right.
Because she was so close to me as a friend. But like, dude, I would dream of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Like when I was 19, like I was pretty, I think career wise, like I definitely would have taken a different career path.
Sure.
Do something else, like work more in hospitals or something like that. But
yeah,
I kind of love it, like where I'm at, like no regrets,
Yeah.
things like that. The experiences that we've been through, though, it's kind of like, what the fuck,
dude.
Like, there are times where I'm like, did we actually go through that, like with my boys, or did we actually take a trip and do all those stupid things? Like, it's crazy,
right? It's
you
unfathomable, you know. Like
you never imagine it. You're like, wow.
Yeah, I never thought it would look like this, right?
Yeah,
like
you never imagine.
You know, I'm sure you thought about that with your birthday trip, right? Like,
oh, dude,
never thought like it would look like this, you know.
The fact that I had 17 altogether, or 15ish people come out to Portland is like crazy to me. It's like, you never thought you'd be blessed enough to have like people that love you enough to come out, celebrate you, enjoy, have fun, whatever, you know?
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's a lot of things that like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not to go too far on the rabbit hole, but like, even like I never thought I would fuck around with like psychedelics at all. Like, I never thought I'd be like, into marijuana the way I am either,
dude,
you know?
No, 100%.
Just like it's like I don't know. I used to think it was like so demonized, you know? And like, dude, it honestly is like better for me than any medicine I've ever taken in my life, dude.
Agreed. And I think like as you grow, you know, when you're that age, you're kind of like, dude, you've just been told your whole life to do certain things, and until you try them, until you go through them, you're like, okay, what I've been told is a little bit extreme.
Yeah,
like it's not that bad. And then you do your own research and you kind of figure it out, right?
Right.
You know, and I think it's an interesting thing because like oftentimes we're like taught by like society that this is so bad for you, but it's really not.
It's really not. You know, it's just like you got to figure things out for yourself, man. But anyway, man, I think this might be a good point to end it off, man. What do you think, dude?
Dude, it was awesome. Thanks for having
fun,
me.
Right?
It was so much fun. It was a great time to just talk. I mean, you and I, we just kind of talk about random things.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to just be able to do that. So
it goes by. Yeah, dude, bro, love you, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. It was cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we barely even got through things too sometimes, right? Like we definitely got to make this like something we do like once a year at least, bro.
Dude, I can't believe we talked for an hour.
Over an hour,
That's
right?
crazy, dude.
Yeah, man. But hey, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
we'll do this again soon, bro. Let's go eat, all right?
All right, let's do it.
Peace.